Hello, everyone, and happy Tuesday. We are here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve here on Crosshatch Puzzles. And our puzzle today for Tuesday, October 7th, 2025 is by Corry Cropper, apparently his debut with the New York Times Crosswords. So excited to get into this and see what fun times Corry Cropper has for us. So expect a Tuesday themed puzzle with a sort of low to mid difficulty level here today. Let's get solving. No blank, no glory, no guts, I believe is the saying there. A floral shade, lilac maybe? Diamonds informally. Diamonds informally. Not sure. A likely story, yeah, right? Or maybe? Maybe it's we'll see. Puccini's Madame or Madama butterfly. Madama, I think like that. DC ball player, probably baseball here. Washington, D.C. has the Washington Nationals, or NAT for short. National, a NAT. It is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken, per Shakespeare. I don't remember what that is a reference to. And 16 across 2 Molière. Let's love, because I'm looking at 8 down, and with the AM there, it looks like it might be amour. Let's see if that ends up being right. Let's check the downs. Embellishes. Well, that doesn't look good. So maybe this is wrong, actually, because this, World War II menace, is going to be a U-boat. A likely story. I bet, maybe? That makes sense. Embellishes could be gild, so not embellishing a story, but embellishing a piece of, I don't know, artwork or a weapon or something. To gild, I think gilding is sort of metallic decoration. Fiddler on the Roof protagonist is Tevye. I think it's spelled like that. I'm not 100% sure. Drinking vessel that often has a hinged lid. Stein? Drinking vessel, hinged lid. Not sure. Shorthand pro, a stenographer. Pro being shortened, professional being shortened to pro. Stenographer being shortened to steno, I think is what's going on there. Sushi seaweed is nori. Brief time to savor one's glory metaphorically. Day in the sun, maybe? So it looks like that is going to be a Stein. Winter hours in Salt Lake City is Mountain Standard Time. A wood strip could be a lash of wood, or doesn't look great here. A lath, maybe? An idée fixe is an idea in art or music where it's a recurring motif that's sort of central to the piece of art or music. Run out as a subscription. Lapse, you could say. To trample could be to step on. And then in Italian, I guess the Madama butterfly. Italian dessert menu staple is cannoli. Written to arouse, say, probably erotic. Pointed part of a pitchfork is called the tine, also of a regular fork. Diaphanous, what does this mean? I don't remember what that means. Belgian resort renowned for its mineral springs is the town of Spa, after which spas are named. Coup d'etat is an overthrow of the state government. Boy king of Egypt, King Tut, Tutankhamun. Certain monkeys are capuchin monkeys, or capuchin monkeys. To kick off is to instigate. So diamonds, can be called ice. I'm not really familiar with that, but sure. This might be light, I guess. To ensnare is to trap, so that looks like it. And Sicily's highest peak, Mount Etna. Madrid's country on World Cup scoreboards is ESP for España. Turnip or rutabaga are both root vegetables. Not fooled by. On to, you could say I'm on to you, like that. Central Plains tribe, I think this is the Oto. Wreck beyond repair. Total, like a car. Mysterious way to vanish is into thin air. To lugged is toted. Prefix with watt is a terawatt, a unit of measurement of energy. What are watts? It's not brightness. I think it's energy. Purchase for a family room, an HD TV, a high definition television. 40 across output, output of Mount Etna, the volcano, it would be lava. A dish that's slung. A frisbee? I don't know what they're after there. Practical and unpretentious. Down to earth. Okay. Still don't know about that dish. My bro, you could say dude. Coyote Pup's place, probably in the den. An eye layer, uvea, I think. Top tier could be elite. Opposed to could be anti. Process of change over generations is evolution. Still learning to navigate local landmarks, say, is new in town. One of a kind could be unique. Spirit of Mexico, question mark, that would be tequila. That's a good clue. Baseball great Mel Ott. South America's, I guess, Rio de la Plata makes sense. A river, or maybe a town named after a river. Animal with an udder is a cow. Largest member of the dolphin family is an orca. And bel canto author, excuse me, is Anne Patchett. Cathedral recesses are apses. There are only two architectural features of churches that end up in the crossword, apses and naves. So you could pretty safely bet it's going to be one or the other. And with the A at the beginning there, that could be extra sure. Open as a bottle could be uncap. Some Dutch cheeses could be Edam cheeses. Thin layer, I don't know. Oscar-winning Disney, no. Mythological figure whose ill-fated trajectory is suggested by 1934, 41, and 56 across. Given the beginning of this, I'm guessing this is going to be Icarus. Let's see what it has to do with everything. Canal turned boulevard in Schenectady, New York. Erie Canal is my guess here. What is this? The R of RHE, I don't know what any of that is. But it looks like this is going to be under the sea. Oscar, the crab named Sebastian, that's fine. Runs, hits, errors. Oh, right, in baseball. I should have known that. Airport organization is the TSA, so this, I guess, is a lamina, a thin layer. I presumably related to the word laminate, though I don't know that word really. Dish that's slung, is this a hash? I don't really understand that. Delay could be to stall, maybe? British grocery chain, don't know. Narnia lion is Aslan. Like spinach or chard are leafy, like leafy greens. Material for some gloves and balloons is latex. Whoops. A Venetian blind component is a slat. Sidewalk eatery is a cafe. I guess this is Tesco because a black gemstone is going to be an onyx. Right. Oh, I see I get streaks. I broke my streak over the weekend. It was a concert weekend, and so I missed Saturday and Sunday this weekend. I'll try and get caught up on those at some point. But I'm now getting streaks for Tuesdays in a row, so that's fun. 8 Tuesdays in a row. All right. Let's look at this the theme for today's puzzle. So the theme is Icarus, mythological figure whose ill-fated trajectory is suggested by these clues. So the first clue is day in the sun, a brief time to savor one's glory metaphorically. The next one is into thin air. I assume the implication here is that you're getting higher and higher into the atmosphere, perhaps too high to bear, although I suppose that would be related to the idea of getting too close to the sun, in the sense that as you get further up in the atmosphere, as the air thins, you're also more exposed to the sun. And a practical and unpretentious down to earth would be the next step once Icarus wax wings melted, that he fell down to earth and can presumably now be found under the sea. Although I don't remember the myth being specific about where he landed. Maybe I'm wrong about that too. Maybe he did fall into the Mediterranean Sea, presumably. But yeah, so it's interesting because these all have prepositions in them as well. In the sun, into thin air, down to earth, and under the sea. And then we have these sort of mirroring longer down clues, which also kind of have, like, this one is new in town. This one has instigate, which is not quite, but it says capuchins with the in there as well, and evolution doesn't quite, but like I feel like they're like almost like a step or two removed from the main theme, but still kind of like in that zone, which is pretty cool. There are a couple of clues that I like. A drinking vessel that often has a hinged lid. I guess steins of beer in like the sort of like abbey settings where monks brewing beer, and those, you think of those kinds of steins do sometimes have lids, but I've never really seen one sort of out in the wild anywhere. So didn't love that one. I've never sort of this lath of wood sort of rings a vague bell, but I would not have gotten that on my own without the crosses. And then what else? I still don't, not this one. There was one in here that I like really did not understand. I'm trying to remember what it is. Well, lamina I didn't know either. Shoot, I can't find it. Oh, this one, a dish that's slung. Do you sling a hash? I don't really understand that one, but I'll have to look it up and fill it in the things that I missed. But overall, a really fun theme. I think this is a good theme, and I mean, I'm a sucker for mythological references, so certainly appreciate this one. But then the rest of the fill is quite good too. So I'd say this is a solid debut from Corry Cropper. And a good Tuesday construction. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the solve. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to know when I'm posting next, do hit subscribe, and then you'll get those notifications right to you. I have been sort of more regular throughout the week these days, so I'm going to try and keep that up and see how that goes. But that's it for today. We'll see you on the next solve here on Crosshatch Puzzles. Have a good one.